Our cover story tonight is from Pakistan, and it's about China. Since 2018, more than 600 women from Pakistan have been sold to Chinese men. They were taken to China. Many of them were abused. Some were even forced into prostitution. In at least one case, there are charges of forced organ harvesting. All these revelations are part of an investigation carried out by the Associated Press, AP. For the first time, we know the full extent of this scandal, the number of women trafficked from Pakistan to China. Why is this happening? Blame it on China's 35-year-long one-child policy. The policy has had devastating consequences on the population of China, the makeup of the population, especially on women. Gender-selective abortions became common in China, and this could have stopped the birth of at least 35 million women. The sex ratio is skewed now. China's one-child policy meant that there aren't enough brides for Chinese men. The crisis led to the birth of trafficking networks, and many of them are operating in Pakistan. Victims of abuse have begun speaking out. Some ran back home and they filed police complaints exposing the traffickers. But Pakistan is doing precious little about these cases. A drive to identify trafficking networks has come to a halt. Investigations are falling apart. Why? Because Pakistan does not want to poke the dragon. Pakistan does not want to hurt the multi-billion-dollar Chinese investments in the country. So it is making sure that these cases are killed one way or another. This investigation reports that witnesses are being threatened. They are being bribed to keep their mouth shut. Investigations are being curtailed. Officers pursuing these cases are being pressurized to stop. The report claims that some officers of the Federal Investigation Agency in Pakistan have even been transferred because of this. Even the media is facing pressure to not report about these cases. What the media is highlighting instead are the denials by the Chinese embassy. Such statements have been featured prominently in the Pakistani press. On Wednesday, the embassy issued a statement rejecting these reports. The Chinese diplomats in Pakistan say these revelations are quote-unquote the same old stuff and not true. Beijing claims that these reports are groundless. It has even questioned the intentions behind this investigation, a classic case of shooting the messenger. Meanwhile, the trafficking continues. It's a lucrative business in Pakistan. Trafficking rings are often target minorities, especially the Christians in Pakistan. They are among the poorest communities in that country, so the families often force their daughters to marry a Chinese groom in exchange for cash. AP reports that the trafficking gangs make anywhere between 25,000 to 65,000 rupees for each wedding. Pakistan is not saying anything about these charges. An earlier report said that Pakistan's investigation agency had sent details about trafficking to Prime Minister Imran Khan. Nothing happened. That report mentioned about 52 Chinese nationals and their 20 Pakistani associates. 31 of them were later acquitted in court. Separate cases were filed against at least 21 other Chinese suspects, but all of them were later granted bail, and soon enough, they left Pakistan.